All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Thursday the 17th of July. Man, hard to believe, already halfway through the month of July, but hey, you have a vacation, that's what happens. You lose half a month, and well, it takes a couple days to recover from one of my vacations. Anyways, we got a lot of great wine drinking going on this month. We've got our Grange tasting in the store tonight. I think I'm going to repeat performance of that a week from tomorrow night at Cafe Maxx, our annual event there. And then the other field of study this month is the Priorat. We've got our big tasting here in the store tomorrow night, and then we've got our every other week tasting coming up at Cafe Maxx on Wednesday, the 25th of July. And we're going to be taking down 8 wines from the Priorat. And we've got some fancy vermouth we may have left here to serve you guys also. But we've got 2 different suppliers, Classical Wines of Spain, and then Staycole will be providing the other wines for this event. This is kind of like a happy hour with wine. We serve you 8 different wines. Chef Oliver Saucy puts out a few small courses, and you, our wine drinking people, get to learn a little bit about one of the greatest wine-producing regions of Spain, the Priorat, which is located about an hour to the south of Barcelona. And this is a region that's very old. It goes back to the 12th centuries when the Carthusian monastery of Scala was founded in 1163. Hey, that's what these good Catholic folks do whenever they start a monastery, is plant a vineyard. We need some wine for sacrificial purposes. And, well, the grapes we're talking about here, Carignan and Grenache, and, well, they've terraced the hillsides. It's an amazing place to go and see. Because of the steep terrain, their first terraces, you can still see some of these old, almost 1,000-year-old terraces still in this area. It's got an incredible history, but it really wasn't until the late 80s that they started to revive this area. Well, phylloxera devastated it at the end of the 19th century. There was about 12,000 acres of vines there. And today, I think there's only 4,000 or 5,000. Only half of it still maybe has been replanted. But it wasn't until Rene Barbier and Alvaro Palacios decided to bring serious winemaking back to this region. And yes, there was 5 labels, the original 5 in the winery in Guadalupe: Clos Morgador, Clos Dolphy, which became known as Finca Dolphy, Clos Erasmus, Clos Martinet, and Clos de Lorbac. In 1992, these guys, banded together to start, like I said, making quality wines again in this region, because they always made wine here, but it was more for the locals. And they realized the potential. Well, you had some old vines here. That's one of the things that Alvaro always preaches when you talk to Mr. Palacios. And if you want to make great wine immediately, you need to have some old vine material, which is what they had here. And like I said, we're talking about Grenache. Grenache is what they call it in Spain. We're talking about Carignan, some of the greatest Carignan in the world. And then they've introduced some international varieties, Cabernet and Merlot, which are going to be showing you a little bit of each of these. And yes, there's a little bit of white wine grown here. Also, some really interesting stuff. We're going to show you a white tonight. And like I said, we'll probably have some of this vermouth left over. I can't imagine we're going to take down the whole bottle at our tasting here in the store. So we're going to show you something really unique, a magical elixir from this part of the world also. So check it out. Everything we're going to be serving on Wednesday, the 25th of July at Cafe Maxx. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.